in their own houses. An easy form and
चलो गाइस बैडमिंटन का टाइम हो गया सुबह.
is very very traditionally known to cure the symptoms of cough and cold.
एंड हिंदू एनालिसिस का लेक्चर सुन लेते थोड़ा.
Part of Indian culinary culture. That means turmeric or haldi is probably
ट्रेडिशनल हेल्थ पे बात हो रहा है.
kind of food preparation that we do in Indian houses.
राइट.
And therefore turmeric is known very very well for
एंटी इन्फ्लेमेशन. सही
neem as well. When you see neem growing in the backyard of your houses, etc., neem is also very very important and a prominent form of a thing that can provide what is called as antibacterial properties.
Right.
You can also see in houses that people are simply cutting a layer of aloe vera and putting it for any kind of skin conditions.
क्या कर रहा है भाई?
These basically showcase that Indian traditional medicine is one, accessible to people, and two, affordable to people, reducing the possibility of out-of-pocket expenditure, at least for few things and few types of illnesses that can be catered to by traditional medicine. The next significance is that it is widely used. In fact, researchers say that it is the most important primary and preventive form. What do you mean by that? For example, if there are multiple tribal populations living in forested regions, they have education, modern scientific medicine. They have a lot of notions and norms and customary practices in which they do not trust modern forms of medicine. For example, vaccination. There is a vaccination hesitancy. These tribals are living in harmony with these kind of herbs that are being produced in the forest. So therefore, it is the first point of contact. If any kind of illness happens for a tribal or for people living in the villages, even in certain villages, there is a lack of what is called as healthcare infrastructure, as well as the unavailability of healthcare professionals. Now this gap can be bridged by the fact that the primary response, the first response, at least till the time the person can be taken to the hospital, can be of the traditional medicine. And of course, these are preventive in nature. That means if you take these type of habits, you use, for example, what is called as what you call as amla for immunity, because it is power packed with what is called as vitamin C. So these kind of preventive measures can also be taken to ensure that health is not just attended at the stage where you get a disease, but is also catered to at a stage which prevents you from acquiring a disease. In fact, according to the editorial, 90% of the WHO, World Health Organization member states are using or recognizing some form of traditional medicine. It also solves the problem of affordability, especially in countries like India, which are low or middle income countries. It is also very very prominent. Why? Because if we recognize traditional healthcare that is coming from maybe plants, from certain herbs, trees, etc., that means that is coming from nature. In that case, we will value biodiversity more. The tribals often live in sync with biodiversity, forested regions, because they know the kind of services that the forests are also providing for them. So this recognition of importance can also help in changing the way we see biodiversity and conserve biodiversity as well. These simple kind of locally sourced nutrition can also help in reducing the cases of wasting, stunting, etc. And these traditional medicines, once collected and then sold in maybe tribal hamlets, etc., can also be very good forms of livelihood. One of the major examples of the wide recognition of traditional knowledge or traditional medicinal knowledge is the idea that yoga, which began in India, it is India's product to the world, is now not just limited to India, but it is globally recognized as one of the best forms of physical exercise. We also see that there is a lot of contribution to modern medicine. That means if you look at certain formulas in modern medicine,